Hello, welcome to Slot Girl Cheryl's Kitchen. And tonight we're going to be making shrimp and chicken fried rice. And I'm cooking my vermicelli, which is rice-a-roni. And everybody knows how to make that. You cook it for 20 minutes, you brown it with the butter. And I'm using 2 packets because I'm cooking a large meal tonight. But if you're cooking for a small group of people, like 2 or 3, you can use 1 package. So I'm using the stir-fried, it's Asian stir-fried rice-a-roni. So that's cooking for 20 minutes. And then I'm going to be adding shrimp, which I have to peel, but I use fresh shrimp. And I'm going to add chicken breast, which I'm going to chop, fresh chicken breast, already washed. And these are my ingredients here. I don't know if you can see. So here I have my chopped onions. And it's about half a large onion you're going to need. And you're going to need about 2 tablespoons of garlic, chopped, and a full stalk of green onion or scallion, whatever you choose to call it, chopped. And then I have my chicken breast here, which I'm going to chop into like 1/2-inch pieces. And then here I have my shrimp. I have 2 pounds of fresh shrimp that I'm going to be cutting up. So after I'm done with that, before I put it in my pan, which I'm heating up with olive oil right here, just drizzle with olive oil because I'm going to fry my shrimp in here first. So anyway, I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. So my vermicelli, the rice-a-roni, let me show you what this is. I don't know if I showed you, but anyway, this is the box. It's rice-a-roni and it's stir-fried rice. So I use 2 boxes because I'm cooking for more people, but if you're cooking for a small group, then you could use, like I said, 1 box. And then, So anyway, these are my shrimp, which I've cleaned. And this is my stirrer. Isn't it cute? But anyway, so I'm going to put this, my oil is hot, so I'm going to show you. Let's see. I put the shrimp first because I like to cook them at least most of the way because a lot of the vegetables and the chicken contain a lot of juice, and I want them to get kind of, crispy kind of around the edges. So I do the shrimp first. Until they, turn nice pinkish in color. So we'll stir these around. I'm actually going to get a different, I'm going to use this because I can kind of flip them over really well with this. And so what I do is I season my shrimp because the rice is already seasoned with a seasoned packet. And I can always add a little spice later, but it's good to season your shrimp. So what I'm going to do is put a little pepper, and I would say altogether you'll be using maybe a teaspoon of pepper. And I would say I'm going to use Lawry's seasoning salt. And I do it by sight, but I'd say roughly about 1.5 teaspoons of the Lawry's seasoning salt. And I use cayenne pepper, but I use a small amount because it's pretty hot. So I'll do like 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And then I'm going to use garlic powder. You can use garlic salt or garlic powder, it's your preference. I'm chopped garlic, so I'm going to use the garlic powder. And I'm sprinkling that around top. And that's roughly about maybe 1 teaspoon. So you can now flip your shrimp around and mix your seasoning real well with it. I sprinkle it over the top and then flip it around and around, and then it gets to the bottom. I have my heat on a medium heat. I don't know if you can see that. Because you don't want your shrimp to cook too quick, but then you don't want it to cook too slow either. So, because I have other things to put in here too. So now I'm going to turn up a little bit, about medium heat. Medium. Let it cook. See how they're turning nice and pinkish orange. Pretty color. And I like to buy fresh shrimp when I make shrimp fried rice or chicken and shrimp fried rice because it makes such a difference. When they're already pre-cooked, they come out too rubbery. So you always want to have fresh shrimp, you know, when you start most shrimp dishes. When I make scampi, anything, I use the fresh shrimp. Okay, so we're cooking that, getting that browned up. So like I said, I cook these shrimp about 3/4 of the way because they get a nice crispy edge. I don't know if you can see that. I want them to get a nice crispy edge before I add the chicken and the vegetables. The chicken cooks fairly fast. It's boneless chicken breast, and that cooks fairly fast. So now that we got these are like 3/4 of the way cooked, I would say. Because I don't want to cook them all the way because then they'll be too tough by the time everything else is ready. So 3/4 of the way. Flip them around. Okay. And so they should look like this. Okay, so now I'm going to add 1/2 of a large onion. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic clove. I'm going to add a full stalk of green onion, 1 whole stalk, chopped. And I'm going to add, I had about 5 strips of chicken breast, like small, so I sliced them down the middle, and I chopped them into like 1/2-inch cubicle sizes. So I'm going to add my chicken. And while the chicken's on top, I'm going to put a light seasoning salt, so that'll be about 1/2 teaspoon, and a light seasoning of garlic powder, about 1/2 teaspoon, and a light seasoning of cayenne pepper, about 1/4 teaspoon, and then the black pepper, about 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, now I'm going to mix everything up and start cooking everything all together. And it cooks really nice. It's a beautiful dish. Easy to make. So now I'm going to turn my fire up between medium and high. Because this is like a stir fry at this point, so you can kind of, you know, basically cook it up. Cooking the chicken down, cooking everything. So you see I have the fire rather like medium high, between medium and high. So it's cooking. It's looking so good. And it smells, oh my God, so good. So as everything's cooking, you could add this in the end, or you could add it now while things are in the pot. But I just do a drizzle of Kikkoman soy sauce. Just a drizzle across. Because I don't want too much. You already put garlic salt, seasoning salt. It doesn't need to have too much salt. And that just gives it the good old-fashioned shrimp fried chicken taste. I mean, shrimp fried rice taste with the chicken. So it's so good. So you just basically want to cook the chicken now at this point. So that's what we're doing. Mixing it around. Let me turn that up a little bit more. Now I have my fire actually close to high. And you'll know when it's ready when all the chicken is nice and white like this, with the seasoning on it. So it's not pink and fleshy toned or whatever. Trying to get a clear view. So it won't be that pinkish flesh tone. It's going to be a white, which this is coming out perfect. Here's another one. I don't know if you can see it better, but that's getting there, getting done. Okay. And I'll have the recipe in the description below, so you'll be able to, you know, read that and get all the information. It's a real simple dish, but it's delicious. And the cooking time, I say it takes approximately, once you put all your, add all your stuff in like as I did, it takes about 10, maybe 15 minutes cooking time. Because I cooked my shrimp 3/4 of the way, and I added my vegetables, and it's just a matter of cooking the chicken, which doesn't take very long. The pan is already steaming and hot. So, we're almost done. So good, this aroma is so good. Whew. Now, if you want, you can, you don't have to, but I add sriracha sauce to my meat because it just gives it a little kick, and I don't add too much, so I would say maybe about 2 tablespoons, because you could do it, add it to your individual plate, you know, but I just kind of cook it in the meat, and that also gives it a little nice spice to it. Everybody loves sriracha sauce, so just give it a good coloring and a good seasoning. You want to make sure everything is cooked down. Okay, we're almost ready. So this is the chicken. Let me see if I can grab some of the chicken. Get up here. Oh, it doesn't want to stay on. So the chicken is nice and white and cooked. That's how you know it's good done, when it's solid. And the shrimps are done. The veggies are cooked down. I'm just checking through every little part. It's pretty easy to see too if it's done or not. That's done. Okay. So now I'm going to switch sides. Turn the fire down low. So this is my vermicelli that was cooking. I think you can see that real well. Yeah, you can. Now I'm going to use this little guy. So see, it's all done. It's nice and fluffy and ready to roll. So that's the vermicelli. So what I'm going to do is just add the shrimp and the chicken to the vermicelli with the juices, which is fine. Okay, now I'm just going to mix it up with the rice. Wow, so good. Now, when you serve it on your plate, you have the option. You could put soy sauce on it. You could put more sriracha sauce on it. But the way it's made, it really doesn't need anything but eating. I tell you, it's really good. So now I'm going to put some on a plate. Here, I want you to see what it looks like. Ooh, try not to steam up the... Yeah, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to put some on the saucer. This is the fun part. Okay. make it look real pretty. Those shrimps are so gorgeous. And this is just a sample plate. Put a little more. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So you can see the shrimp all the way around, and the chicken, the delicious chicken right here, and the rice. So I'm gonna try some. I don't want to burn my mouth, you know I always do. Hopefully I won't, so we'll see. It's delicious, it's perfect. It's a perfect dish for your family. Okay, now I'm gonna give you some. First, I'm gonna give you some shrimp. See how beautiful the rice is. I'm just going to give you the rice. So perfect. So delicious. Well, I hope I made it simple for you. It's a very good recipe and easy to make. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it helps. I'll leave all the recipe instructions in the description below, okay? But anyway, you and your family have a lovely day and evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.